All right, that was too long, but
I was bopping out
I
dancing to
was
the
like,
beat,
I'm
bro.
gonna go to comments. I was like, oh, I can't stop it if I go to comments. I'll be back. I was just like,
You did pretty good. It was pretty smooth.
hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Blazer Time. I should have changed my
Let
my
me let me button mine. Hold
yeah.
on.
We're semi-formal today.
Yes, yes,
It's
semi-formal.
business as usual, but I can't read too much because I'm just gonna
Yours is just gonna like you're like the Incredible Hulk, dude. You're just gonna bust out of yours.
I can't. So, but you get the idea. Um, it's it's nighttime, and so it's we treat this as like a formal event, as you guys know.
Yes.
We're both wearing shorts, by the way.
You can't see below the waist, so it's
So
fine.
that's the definition of semi, and then this is the formal.
Dude, I wore sweatpants last time and I was sweating mightily. So I'm shorts from
Yeah,
now on, please. These lights are hot, man. They really are.
they are. So that is out of the
Beauty
picture
is
now.
pain.
So Bob says formal tonight. We're going to Olive Garden VIP
Hell yeah.
room. You know it, Bob. A lot of things go down in the VIP room in the Olive Garden. A lot.
That's the after party right there at Olive Garden. There's soup, there's breadsticks, and a lot of other shit.
Hey, a
going
lot of
on.
other sticks that goes in there,
Yeah, lots of other human breadsticks.
and some ranch.
Yeah, lots of ranch.
A bunch of ranch that you can dip your bread.
Exactly, bro. Those Olive Garden parties get wild. Let me tell you, boys.
Speaking of wild, Doc, if you haven't watched our rerun of our Back for Blood, it was so funny. Doc died.
Yeah, I was literally dying watching my own stream. Better back.
We're just like, oh, Doc's down. Doc's down. Let's watch him.
We were like, Doc's down. Let's watch him die. So we were down. We were shooting him. We were shooting him and punching him, and then the bot came up and healed him because we wouldn't.
Okay, Roxy says as long as we have smoke session. Emmanuel, my man. Hey,
Emmanuel's the man, dude. He really is.
Obama says free bread. Doc, glad I could provide the entertainment. Doc, you're always an entertainment, sir. Whatever it is. The bot healed you though. Just keeping at it. The
bot did.
Neither one of us did.
The bot did what we wouldn't.
Yes. So by the way, guys, we I don't know. Are we gonna do that tonight? Do you think?
If we have time, then yeah.
Yeah, we could do that, or Call of Duty, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll try to keep this in time as long as Denobi doesn't show up.
Please, Denobi.
Denobi has so much good insights that we exceeded our expectations there because of his knowledge of the game. But okay, Cobras, thank you for the super chat. Bunch of smooth criminals. Hey, you know it. Thanks for answering my super chat. By the way, do you have a question, Cobras, or just
no? You just wanted to compliment us.
Okay, hey, Cobras, next time when I hope guys when you're watching this, you're wearing a blazer, so you're one of us. So
if not, put one on.
Jazzy said, probably not. I'm not a big fan of that World War II. Plus, we already bought too much games this year, so yeah, we're gonna remain in that cycle. We can't afford $60 games all the time.
Right. When you're buying hot toys,
yeah, don't do that. Julio, you know it. Hey, you know it. I feel like Pinocchio right now, or the guy from Superbad. What's his name?
McLovin.
McLovin. Yeah, he's amazing. Speaking of McLovin, Will, are you getting this? This is gonna be our segue anyway. The Nobi is the 6-scale dad. We bring home our report card. He is definitely is the 6-scale dad. Oh,
he is.
Mario's here. Don't even try button up. You know what, Mario? You're getting out of line here.
Yeah, Mario's way out of line, dude. You gotta check him.
And somebody oh no, he's an admin. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, when you grow a beard that luscious, I think you just get overconfident.
Yes. Oh, Lewis, again for the super chat. Thank you guys. What's up? And go see. Have you seen this, Will?
No, I was gonna see it. I usually go Thursday nights, as you know, but I went to go visit my parents last night, so I didn't get to see it. But it's on HBO Max. I don't know. I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna watch. So I don't know if I'm gonna go to the theater or watch it HBO Max, but I definitely want to watch it ASAP. Maybe tomorrow at latest.
Well, thank you for this 2 super chats. I can probably afford HBO Max now because I got like
or Disney Plus at minimum.
Or Disney Plus. Disney Plus is more affordable. That's $7.99. So I'll probably get Disney
It's
Plus first. Oh, Lane just completed my HBO Max here. Here's a HD collectors. Just in optical areas. Will with degree. Hey, by the way, congratulations, man.
Thanks,
you are
man.
officially a doctor.
You know what's hilarious about that? I graduated in like June. I was just updating my Facebook profile and it just posted it.
Hey,
So, and then everyone thought I just graduated, but well, like the ceremony's in January. So I'm doing
okay,
the ceremony in January, but I like got my diploma and everything in like June or August or whatever. Like I defended my dissertation in that time. So I was just updating my profile and then it just fucking like posted it. And then everyone was like, congrats. And I was like, oh, thank you.
But your HR made it official though. Was that new or?
Yeah, dude. Did you see that? They put it on my it's funny, I asked for a raise and they said no, but they did give me a name plaque.
But
So,
we're gonna give you a plaque.
yeah, we're gonna give you a plaque, a consolation prize.
It was like, how about that? And I was
Yeah,
just
right. How about that? I'm like, well, I'll take it.
it was like, yeah, better than nothing, I
Yeah,
suppose.
right. True story.
You sure no raise? Yeah, but there's a plaque.
Yeah, there's a plaque with your name on it. It's got doctor in front of it.
It's like,
All right, you got me.
fine, fine. All right, like eclectic. What's up, eclectic? We'll message you that later, yeah. It's a kind of top secret. It's not. It's out there. But all right, let's go on here. I don't know, Will, if you are getting this. I was gonna have you talk about this last week, but you did pre-order this, but you canceled this, right?
No, so it's interesting. That was the Shore Trooper actually. So the Shore Trooper I did have on pre-order, and then at one point I canceled it. Lando I never had, but I always wanted to pre-order, but I still haven't pulled the trigger yet. I think right now we're in the middle of the storm, as the Nobi has said, right? Like we're getting hit with a lot of releases. I just got Spider-Gwen in, so she's great. This is a figure I feel like I do want, but at the same time, I'm just trying to decide if I need it right now.
Yeah,
that's kind of my dilemma I have at the moment, you know.
Well, you do have some OT Star Wars, don't you?
I do. Yeah. Are you gonna get Lando?
No.
He's great though. I mean, the head sculpt looks great. He's a cool looking figure. I mean, and he's pretty cheap right now.
Yeah, isn't this the last 235?
Probably.
Yeah.
If he drops any lower in price optical, where he gets like maybe around the 200 shipped range, I think I'll be in, because I do want Lando. I'm not like in love with Lando. Like he's not one of my top 5 favorite Star Wars characters or anything, but I do like the look of this figure. And I think he'll fit in really well. I do have a lot of original trilogy figures that I think he'll fit in well with. So
it does. I don't know. It's easy to say. I was like, oh, this is one of those, but you don't know anymore. You know,
you don't.
Like it's kind of like it's easy to say. I was like, oh, this is going to be sought after. You know, afterwards. I don't think anyone's looking for a Qui-Gon anymore, but. Yeah,
we all thought that one would be sought after, but it didn't end up working out that way.
Yeah, Qui-Gon, we were just like, oh man, it's just gonna be hot afterwards. Maybe it still will, but not any. It looks like it's not anytime soon. You know, maybe it will. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's a good looking figure though, no doubt about it. And I think a lot of people have been happy with it getting it in, but it's just one of those where I don't know if I need it. I more want it. You know.
Yeah.
It's not one I.
Who said that? Yeah, he got a really small waist. Oh, it was
he did look thin. He does look thin.
Yeah, they were like, oh, he has an extremely small waist. You know, he works out. I don't know.
Lando is just going for that V look, dude. It's going for like the inner V. But yeah, I do. Like I said, I do like the figure a lot, but without the cape, he just doesn't quite look right. So I feel like there's no situation where you wouldn't use it probably.
The cape, right?
But I've heard the cape is not exactly fun to put on. Like he has like sort of clips or something, or it's not magnetic like Kylo's.
Yeah.
So
Dub says this is the pervy Lando. Yeah.
Space
He's
pimp.
not allowed in school, so
no. Not even allowed at dinner, dude. Darth Vader just like kicked him out.
Dude, speaking of not allowed in school, ooh. I know you have your eye on this guy. Did you get the Toys Era or So Toys, whatever?
No, I didn't. I got the So Toys Homelander on pre-order, but I didn't get Butcher. The only reason why is because I wasn't in love with that sculpt. Like the Butcher So Toys, I felt like it was good. It was okay, but it wasn't really all there. It wasn't in a way where I was like, okay, this is a third party I really should jump on. And even when I saw the videos and the pictures and stuff when he came out, I was like, I feel pretty much exactly the same. Like it looks okay. I see him in there. I see Carl Urban, but I don't. This looks a lot better to me.
Yes. Plus, you got burned by third party not too long ago.
Several times now.
So you still have that emotions running high.
Except CC Toys, I trust them because they deliver good Last of Us figures.
They do. I don't know. Do you think we are just blinded of
maybe
our love of a little bit, right? A little bit.
They're not perfect,
but they're not that bad either.
No, the clickers are really good. I think
the So Toys for this is $200. You know, so
it's like $300. Oh, sorry, the
this
Stories.
This is $300. Yeah. So the So-So Toys is around 200, but the other head sculpt is not usable, in my opinion. The smiling one from So-So.
It's nightmarish. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the smiling one of this, which is I think it's decent. Like you could definitely use this, in my opinion.
I think you could too, as long as they hit the final product like this.
Yeah.
That's all I'm worried about. But even the regular sculpt, I mean, it's definitely not 100%, but it's pretty good. I mean,
It's there. The biggest complaint that we've heard is the price, and I agree, $300 is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, is it? Because you get a lot.
That looks good. That smirking head sculpt.
Yeah.
It does look good. Like I said, it's not perfect, but I definitely see Carl Urban there more than I do with the So-So.
Those So-So Toys, yeah. I mean, we got to understand too that they're licensed, so they got to pay the license. So it's probably going to be $250 right off the bat. I mean, in fairness, the regular one is $260, but I don't think anyone's going to buy the regular. I mean, for $40, you get a head sculpt, a baby, a gun,
a baby,
the
a laser baby.
Yeah. So this is the $300. So I mean, the head sculpt itself, if you want it, if you go on eBay, that's probably going to sell for more than $40 anyway. Let's say you buy the cheaper one, so you're instantly going to regret it. Do you think this is like outrageous for the price?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a little high. It's definitely a little high. I don't know if it's completely outrageous considering you have an LED baby, but at the same time, it's probably like maybe $30-$40 higher than I thought it would be. Like I think
you could be right,
like 260 maybe, but at the same time, like I don't know. I'm gonna wait out on it because I really want to see how the final product is going to turn out. I'm not very trusting in Star Ace. Like some of their stuff turns out really good, some doesn't. So with this one, a figure I actually want, I want to see the final product and see how it's going to actually manifest itself. Because I don't want to drop a pre-order NRD and then go back and be like, hey, like I regret doing that. I shouldn't have done that. So, and then cancel it. So I just J-Rod, bro.
J-Rod has never seen the boys.
Get on the boys, bro. Seriously.
All he watches is like Cowboys game. That's why. And then he gets depressed afterwards.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
This year. Not this year. They're doing pretty good.
Are they like 4-1?
They are pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good. So Dak hasn't been that great for my fantasy team though. Like he hasn't been throwing as much.
Yeah, he's not. Like he's actually down on his QBR from last year. But then again, he only played like a handful of games last year. But
yeah, but this figure does look good. I mean, I'm interested to hear what you think, but I'm interested. I think it's a little high in price, but overall, I still really like the figure. I wish I had a coupon or something to get it because
it's a little. You're right, maybe 270. Because if you let's say the head sculpt, stands right, which is it's not terrible. Is it Hot Toy-ish? I don't know. Hot Toys is
probably just a step below.
Yeah, they're a league of their own, but if this is 270, and then I don't want to go into price here, but Yelena's 270 with one head.
I'm getting butcher, yeah, all day.
Yeah, and then you got a baby, so then that means he's cheaper, right? So now that you factor in that, like would $30 with a head sculpt and a baby really that much? I suppose.
I almost felt like we could have done without the LED baby because. Just give us a baby with some painted blue eyes. You don't have to make it LED and then reduce the price. I think people would have been fine with that. Because how many people? I don't know how many people are really going to use that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It would be a cool accessory. I'm interested to see how their Homelander turns out because their Homelander did not look good when they displayed it originally.
Yeah, he looks kind of off.
He looked puffy and his face looked off, but this one actually looks really good. So this, I'm still sticking with the So-So Homelander for now because I want to see how that turns out. But This is good optical. Yeah, I do like. I'm not pre-ordering it. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, me too. I mean, with third party, normally how do you say this? Normally on a third party, they complement an actual figure. How do you feel about this? This is a direct competition. Like with Hot Toys, you see those third party, Ebony, and they just complement Hot Toys. But with this, I feel like this is complete attack. How do you? Is that like kind of foul to you? What do you feel about that?
Right. Yeah, I don't think so. No. Like I think my stance on it. Generally, if I have the option and like the products are pretty close in overall quality, I'm always going to take the licensed one.
Licensed one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I just feel more comfortable with it, with the customer service of it, with just the authenticity of it. I'm not a big unlicensed guy. I'll get some unlicensed, mostly video game characters that I know I just cannot get elsewhere.
Mhm.
like like Sephiroth or Cloud or or like Arthur Morgan or Last of Us. I'm not going to get those in
Right.
6 scale other way. But yeah, I mean, like it's definitely competition. So I mean, a lot of people have been selling their so-sos. I don't know if you've noticed that in the groups, but in the
Mhm.
groups, a lot of people have been selling them for below what they paid.
Of course.
So I've seen that because this one was announced. This one's better, at least according to the proto.
Yeah.
So the proto is better, and people are jumping ship at least a little bit. Not everyone, but I've noticed some. So
Yeah.
this is what happens. I mean, like I think sometimes as collectors, we don't. All of us do this. We don't always have the foresight. Like we
Right.
have, we don't look at the future and project. Like what could happen. Like we always go for the best. We jump ship to the next thing, to the next thing, to the best, and we're selling. I don't like renting figures.
Mhm.
So I don't know how you feel about that. Like getting a figure for 2 years and waiting for the next one, then selling it and getting the next one. I don't like doing that.
Yeah, I used to do that, but it was a different time back then, compared to now, which is really dangerous to do because there's a lot of things that could happen. Reissue another figure, like we got Mando Beskar, things of that nature. So I don't know. Like when you do that, normally you lose money, and I'm not a fan of losing money. So I'd rather
Me
wait.
too.
But this, I mean,
It looks
the
good.
thing with the direct competition is that like Star Ace is small too. They're not like Hot Toys. So I feel like it's kind of like foul. Kind of like, dude, do something that they're not gonna do. Compliment it. If
Right.
they don't do that, because they're smaller too. It's kind of like attacking Asmus, for example. They're small. They're just getting by and they buy their license and whatnot. Kind of like honor among thieves, even though Asmus is not a thief because
Right.
he actually paid for the license. But I don't know. That's just me. Like, whoever, whatever.
Dude, if their Homelander comes out good, then and the price is somewhat similar, I would definitely go with the. I don't trust Star Ace really, but if their Homelander comes out as good as the Butcher, I would probably cancel the so and get the Star Ace
Yeah,
because I just prefer licensed to just myself. But I,
me
I
too.
I also want the better product. Like if I'm going to get a better product unlicensed, I'll go that route.
Yeah.
But generally, that's not the case in my experience. Just depends on who you're buying from, I guess. But
Speaking of better product, so we got
ooh,
Ronda
hot topic
Rousey.
of the evening.
We got Ronda Rousey in here. So
Ronda Rousey.
I saw that
Imagine
earlier.
if they put Ronda Rousey in this role.
Somebody
That'd been
said,
funny.
I think last night they're gonna buy it too, so they can. I don't know who that is. Is it the single songwriter or somebody said this?
Oh, I
So
didn't see that.
they could kit bash a Ronda Rousey. But I don't know if you guys watched the stream last night, but Will has a pretty interesting take on this.
Is
So
it really though? I don't feel.
no, not for me,
I feel.
but
Did you see the one super chat said I'm the Simon Cowell of collecting? Maybe it's the Blazer,
maybe,
but other
maybe.
than that, yeah, I think we both are now at this point. I don't feel like my opinions are particularly, you know, what's the term? Like controversial. I don't feel
Yeah,
like my opinions are particularly controversial. I mean, I don't know if you do, but like, I just feel like I'm honest and I just say what other people are thinking, but just maybe won't say. Like at least the typical Hot
yeah.
Toys collectors, like everyday collectors like us, basically.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, this girl, I mean, I'm not gonna get her, and
Yeah,
not
not
because
either.
she's, you know, yeah, not a good figure or anything. Because every Hot Toys is a good figure, but we'll show you later why. This is gonna come out in 2023. So for those who's like jumping, oh, love this. I mean, if you love the character, no matter what we say, that's why I got this too. No matter what we say, I know Will's gonna pre-order this.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them both.
Even if I say I was like, I mean, that's a guy in a shirt. How many Loki's do he's gonna get this?
Right, it's
He's gonna,
Loki. I mean, I'm gonna get them.
yeah, and Sylvie as well. I feel like I don't know how many. I know Pennywise, Loki, and Kylo.
Kylo, yeah.
I know those three are your guys. I know I don't know if Sylvie and Ray are your guys as well, or they're just there for association because of your guys. Maybe. Yeah, I
Maybe,
don't
maybe.
know. Maybe. I don't know if you really like them, but since they're associated with your boys, it's kind of like, all right, I'm gonna get them. But a normal guy, you would understand why they wouldn't get this too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think these are gonna be like super hot, despite how great they look.
Yeah.
They look fantastic because the show. I think overall the show was received very positively, but it wasn't unanimously approved. I feel like it kind of tailed off a little bit towards the end for some people, just because it got a little bit wacky and wild at the end. But I still loved it. I don't love how they a little bit watered down Loki's character. Like they made him sort of a hero.
Mhm.
Like he is that at times, but I feel like this Avengers Loki should have been a little more dynamic and a little more evil at times or angry at
Yeah.
times, and he's just not. He's more like Ragnarok Loki. But as far as the figures go, yeah, I mean, these look great. So I'm gonna get them, but at the same time, I just feel like a lot of people are probably gonna say they want them and then not get them when the time comes, because there's gonna be a season 2. Loki's probably gonna get a real outfit,
Right.
and if he doesn't, he'll get one in Doctor Strange 2, right? And they'll
Mhm.
make that one. So, I have a hard time seeing him wearing a TVA suit in Multiverse of Madness. But, and that Loki suit's going to be better. So really, this is a very one-off type of figure. Sylvie at least has a little more of a catch, I feel like. Like, she has a cool suit. Like, this is her first outfit. So she and the sculpts are both fantastic, no doubt about it. But at the same time, like, Sylvie has a little more appeal, I feel like.
So I know you love these guys. Now,
Yeah.
with that being said, you said this last night that made people a lot of it's like, ooh, I don't know about that.
Right.
Do you think, even with loving these guys, they'll go in a bargain bin?
It's possible. Yeah, I do. I think so. Because I don't think these are like, I mean, I think characters wise, Loki is, but I think this outfit is not.
Yeah.
I don't think this outfit, if this were Endgame Loki, no, I don't. That's the prime Loki look. I don't think that one sits an incredibly long time and goes on spooktacular sale. But this TVA Loki, yeah, I mean, it's a one-off. The sculpt is made. A lot of people think it's the best Loki sculpt ever done. That's great, but that outfit doesn't have as much presence as some of the other Loki outfits do.
Right. Because I know when you say these things, because it's different when I ask you as Will, the guy who loves Loki. You'll be like, I gotta get this. I love the
Right.
show, whatever, and that's understandable. But if I ask you, like, hey, what would you say to someone? You do realize that is not the ultimate Loki. That probably most
No.
people would, maybe a second Loki, perhaps, if they really love the show.
Maybe, yeah.
But even at that, I mean, how many Lokis are there that if I have the Endgame Loki, I might just well for the season 2 Loki, to
Right.
get that. But at least you are self-aware on that even though you like Loki, it's like, yeah, there's a possibility that, most
If
people
if
would not
you
get.
don't want a lot of Lokis and you just want maybe one or two, I would pass on this one.
That's not the Loki for
No,
sure.
it's not. It's just not. I mean, the sculpt is great, but Endgame Loki is a much better figure in my opinion, just in terms of the outfit. The sculpt is still great. Even if people think the new sculpt's better, that's fine. But this one's gonna have a helmet on him anyway. So most of his face is kind of covered. And also, like, he's gonna be in Doctor Strange 2. He's
Mhm.
going to be in his season 2 of his show, where he's probably gonna get a new suit. And if not, then you could always probably go back, because season 2 is gonna come out before this figure even drops. So
Yeah.
you have time to see if Loki maybe gets a new suit and see what happens. But I don't think this TVA suit is going to be anything special for most people.
So this Yelena, because
Mm.
if you ask me, Loki is a more popular character than Yelena. I mean, she appeared in
Oh,
multiple
yeah, dude.
So if that's the case for Loki, I can see that happening to Yelena as well. And I mean, I like Black Widow. I'm not in love with that movie. That's
Right.
kind of like the movie where I watch it once, probably not watch it ever again. That's enough for me. She made a good impact. She probably stole the show.
Yeah.
But I think do you think the price mattered as far as this figure is concerned?
Dude, it's a factor. I don't think it's the only factor, but I just think if Yelena say, and I think people misconstrue this sometimes, they think like $35 is not a big deal. It is.
Mhm.
It is a big deal. Because that's say if the figure is $275, that's more than 10% of the figure if it's $35, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's like what, like 15% maybe?
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's definitely a lot. If I'm taking $35 off another figure I could be getting, and I'm doing that for every figure I'm getting, then that's a lot. And also, for most places you're going to buy this, except Alter Ego, you're going to pay tax, right?
Yes.
So like you're going to pay tax on this and probably shipping. So if you're buying this from Sideshow, this is $300.
Yeah.
So I think you have to be thoughtful about that and think, do I really want to drop? If you do, yes, get it. If you really love Yelena and you want to drop $300 on her because you're just not sure if they're going to make another one, or you love this outfit, or you loved her in the film, you should absolutely buy this.
Right.
But at the same time, I just think I would just caution people to be thoughtful about it and understand that you're going to drop a lot of money on a figure that, for me personally, I don't think I liked her in the film. I really liked Black Widow. I gave it a 9. I really enjoyed it. But she was one of my favorite parts for sure. But I don't feel like I need to complete the Black Widow line. It's not Shang-Chi for me. It's not, and I don't think it is going to be for most people. So for me, I just want people to be considerate of that because there's, like you said, optical, you're going to go into it. There's so much coming out. And if
Yeah,
you
this is
don't,
slated for 2023, by the way, which is what 2 years from now.
if you don't love Yelena, I feel like you're going to tap out on this one. Like you're going to put a pre-order down and then you're going to be like, "Ugh." And think how many other things are going to come out. Like how many, if you're collecting statues at all, how many Prime ones, how many this and that, and and XM Studios and Iron Studios and J&D, how many of those are going to drop? And then you're going to be like, man, I got to trim some fat. I'm going to cut Yelena because I don't really need Yelena,
Yeah. And with this, so let's face it, like we keep on saying we buy what you like, right? But if let's be honest, you buy some things that you don't like. Otherwise, you just buy Loki and
right,
and Loki and all that stuff. We buy things that we semi like, and for us not to buy this, because you can't buy everything, so something's got to give. Like for example, me, I bought Rescue for so is Emmanuel, for the price that we kind of wanted it to.
right.
What do you think is the price point for this that you would be like, I like, I don't love her, I kind of like her, but if it hits X amount, I'll get her.
215.
215?
215 shipped, which is not going to.
I remember we talked about that and when the time comes, we still didn't bought it.
Team Suit Tony.
Team Suit Tony.
We were like, yeah, if it drops to 170, we're gonna get it. And then we had the opportunity, and we still did not buy it. Yeah. Yeah. That goes straight. Even then, because I say 215 now, but then when I look in my budget for that month when she drops, then I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's a good price, but I don't really want her. So that's kind of the dilemma. For me, optical, I think you raised an interesting point. I really don't. I don't feel like I buy things I only semi-like. I guess some, maybe. Like Spider-Gwen I got tonight. Like I really like Spider-Gwen. Like I like Miles more, but it's more so I just got her because I loved Spider-Verse, and I thought she was great in it, and I got her to go with Miles. So to a degree, she's not Kylo.
Right. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
If we're going to go through just like what we really love, Last of Us.
Right.
And that's all it's going to be. But we buy things in between, that's kind of like, okay, we like this. They're not Kylo, but I'm going to buy this,
Right.
I don't think she falls on that, at least for me.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you going to get her, you think?
Absolutely
Yelena?
not. No. This is one of those things where even if it comes down to Team Suit Tony, I won't. I don't think I would.
And it's not, dude, it's nothing bad to say about the figure.
No.
Like the figure looks great. I do think it's cool. The head sculpt is really good. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I do feel like I said on the stream last night, I do feel like the outfit is a little simple and plain. I don't think this is going to be like a real eye catcher in your collection. Like if you had 5 Hot Toys, I just don't feel like Yelena would be one of them. But, but at the same time, if you love Yelena and you liked her in the film and you want to get her and you love this head sculpt, you should buy it. But I just like my opinion. I know this was very controversial to some people. Like, I don't think a lot of people are going to feel that way.
Yeah, I scoured the internet yesterday looking for Yelena fan club. It's on Facebook. I didn't find any. The ones that I found that Yelena fan club is not safe for work. It's a different kind of Yelena. But
it's like an OnlyFans Yelena.
It's like an OnlyFans Yelena.
Yeah, it's like where was the excitement for this figure? Like I get this is Hot Toys. Remember we always say like throwing us a bone. I think they're doing that here. But at the same time, do people really want it?
Right. It's funny because I heard last night too. He was just like, "Oh, all they do is Iron Man or Spider-Man." But once they do things like this, people should support it. It was just like us who's complaining about Iron Man and Spider-Man wasn't talking about this when we said do something else. Not this, like RoboCop, Terminator, Predator. That's kind of like what we're talking about.
Pennywise, right.
Yeah, because technically this is still Marvel. This is still a part of the Marvel universe, and it's just not Iron Man. But
I would have loved a Black Order member,
or Black Order.
Give us Corvus Glaive or something. I mean, how many people would buy that? Even that, I'm very objective about. Like, I don't know if a lot of people would buy the Black Order. So I get why they're not going to make them. But at the same time, that would be cool. I'd buy them. So, but. I just don't think it's going to happen ever. But that's how I feel about Yelena. I feel like Yelena is that level of character. I feel like she's like, she was great, but she might be even better in Hawkeye. Because I saw Nicolio, I think, dropped a comment when Hawkeye comes out. Maybe more people will want this figure. That is very possible.
Yeah,
like when Hawkeye comes out, she's
in Hawkeye figure as well. Because if she becomes popular there, guess what? They're going to make a new one.
They're going to make another one.
Yeah, if she's really that popular. What if she's lukewarm there? Then this is your only chance for Yelena, because like you said, if she doesn't sell, then they're not going to make a new one.
And
but if she's lukewarm there, why would you want a Yelena then?
And in the film Optical, even in Black Widow, she wore a black suit. How many more people would prefer the black suit over the white suit?
That is a
So
summer special for this
it's a con convention or
con
whatever.
convention. Yeah,
But that's my point. Like there's always going to be another. If you love this look, you should get it. But at the same time, I wouldn't think this is going to be your only chance unless she just doesn't sell well. And if that's the case, then then that's kind of what I'm expecting. But I don't think she's going to be like the worst selling. I don't think she's going to be Rocket. But
it would be Marvel.
I think
Marvel.
I think we were all when Captain Marvel was put up for pre-order, I think a lot of people were excited, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, this is great! We're getting a Captain Marvel." Even though not everyone loved the film, and she is very discounted right now.
Very discounted.
So, and Nebula, I always go back to Nebula.
I can make an argument that Captain Marvel is a better overall figure than this. She comes with more. She has the gimmick light up function,
leather jacket,
sculpts, a jacket. Even if you don't get the deluxe, cheaper as well.
A lot cheaper now.
Those cool effects and all that stuff, and you get that.
You get a cat.
You get a cat.
Lane.
For Lane. So, but yeah, so I guess we're both in agreement because for those who doesn't know, like me and Will pretty much talk every day, and when something comes up new, and we were just like, oh, what do you think about this? So with that, because every figure looks good. Let's be honest. Even the Jawas look good. They're just overpriced, right? Like even the Jawas, if somebody gives that to me, I'm not going to throw that back at them because it's still a freaking good looking figure. I just don't think it's worth $200. Like you said, price does play a factor, not just in Hot Toys, but in everything that we do. If you can find a cheaper shirt, why would you buy this more expensive shirt if they save the certain purpose?
So, and that's my point. Like Optical, the next time I go to a car dealership, I'm just going to say, that's just the price. That's just the price. I'm not going to negotiate. I'm not going to haggle because that's just the price, right? Like if they can just charge what they want, like that's just the price. I don't agree with that understanding. Like, and I love Justin. Justin and I are like best bros. Like he's one of my best bros. He knows that he and I differ on this one. Like I don't feel that that's true at all. I feel like price is a very important consideration when you're looking at buying anything, a car, breadsticks, you could be a figure, it could be anything, right? A video game, right? I'm not going to, why would I can't haggle with Hot Toys, but that's not what I mean. But at the same time, like price is an important consideration of every purchase. Like, I think the thing that gets thrown around a lot too is third party figures. Like, well, you should expect less because it's cheaper, right? Yeah. So price is important when it comes to that, but it's not important when it comes to Hot Toys. Right. So I feel like that's inconsistency. I'm not talking about Justin, I'm talking about just anybody. So yeah. That's my point with it. Like, I just feel like price is like, if I'm looking at this figure and this were $200, which is never going to be, but if it's $200, I'd be like, okay, like I think a lot of people might buy this because this is $200 and she was cool. But if you're looking at it $275 or $300, that's where I'm like, I don't think she's going to sell. Like that's 33% more. That's significant. Like I don't feel like we should just, not that we can change anything, not that we can like say Hot Toys is going to listen to us and they'll lower their prices. But I think we can give our opinion and say like, hey, like I think this price is maybe the new starter point for Hot Toys, but it's a little high for a figure like this. I mean, if you're going to price them this high, then we're going to buy less of these figures, right? Because we're going to have to be more selective. Like I'm not buying a Yelena for $300 when I know that I have to get 5 other figures that I actually do want. If I'm spending money on Yelena, it's taking money away from characters I do want.
Right.
So
that's why I think we don't have the luxury anymore to buy something that we just kind of like because of the price. If you buy 2 of the things that you kind of like, now you took away Carnage because there's 270 times 2. That's more than $500. You take that away from a possible Carnage, right? And instead of them being 200, let's say you bought 2 of these, you say 140. I mean, you don't tell me that 140 is not as significant. That's almost a Hot Toy. Now, with price comes with budget, right? You can't just spend aimlessly. I want the chat to chime in on this. Yeah. I know you buy a lot, Will. Not a lot, but a lot of things. Statues, helmet, prop replicas, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just say Hot Toys itself. How much do you think is a reasonable amount to spend on just Hot Toys outside of statues and all that stuff per year?
Per year. Well, I know Optical, you mentioned at one point, like, what was it? Like maybe 10% of your overall salary on collectibles, period.
Or just hobby, like whatever.
Right. A hobby, like whether it's photography or, or collecting or whatever, like,
this
badminton.
Is just purely Hot Toys because you might buy statues and that's hard to gauge because some of them are 2,000,
That's a good question, honestly. I feel like the way I budget is monthly. So if I'm looking at it annually, I would say like maybe like one figure a month.
One
Like
figure a month, so
one
that's like
figure Hot
12 a
Toys. So you're
year.
looking 12 figures a year. And
So
like,
let's say they're 300 out the door. I know this is 270, but you factor in shipping and
but also
whatever.
that's a tough question too, because that's very dependent on your budget. Like if you're like fucking sugar daddy and you're making like, 400K a year, then you could obviously buy a lot more.
Yeah.
So,
So
but
yeah,
for like
it all
yeah,
depends. Let's say for us, like
middle
for you to
class,
buy Hot Toys, I would say you're kind of like in the middle class already, right? You can't be
right?
like, unless you're a student, you're in the middle class. Like there's obviously a one-offs that just buy everything, good for them. But for us, like who's kind of like budget conscious and whatever, Corba says 1,000 a year. Yeah, that's like a two Hot Toys.
That's
Corba.
like three. Well, if you get Carnage, that's like
If you get Carnage, yeah, that's
yeah,
two.
it's like two Hot Toys. Carnage
And
and Venom, you're out of budget. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, Cobra. We're not making fun of the budget if that's really your budget, but
No, not at all.
not at all. But I'm just saying, like, this is just a reflection. Imagine 10,000, I mean, 1,000 at 300 a piece, you're limited to three, right? Because if you factor in tax or if you want to,
Right.
but imagine if they're 200, this is where the price comes in. Then you can get five instead of three, right?
Right.
So this is the budgeting portion, I suppose. So Emmanuel said it can fluctuate depending on releases. Emmanuel, I think that's this is why it's important. That's why I do yearly, because monthly they could be delayed and you have this false impression that you didn't buy anything this month,
And then next month,
and
yeah.
then next month you're gonna get hit by three, because now you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't buy anything this month, so let me buy this instead. And then, but not knowing that, that's why I kind of look at it in a yearly release, because you kind of gauge whether they get pushed back, like for so long. I don't know if it's going to be, especially now, I don't know if it's going to be years. It could be like 6 months delayed. So you're still within 2023, so that's just my, I guess that's why I do yearly here. So
Makes
for
sense.
Will, if you do, let's say the thing that you said earlier, like once a month for Hot Toys, not Statue, because Statue is like they're stagnant releases and they're more expensive. So that means at 300 and per figure, and at an average, that is 3,600, right? 3,600 per year.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
Yeah, 3,600 a year for Hot Toys only, no third party, nothing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use Yelena as an example here. So the Yelena's 270. She's gonna be released according to. By the way, I use 6Scale Scavengers website for this, so shout out to those guys.
Cite your source, bro.
Yeah, they have two.
I didn't know
They
they had a
have
website.
the Sideshow release and the Hot Toys release date. Yelena, we're gonna assume that she's gonna be delayed. She's gonna be released Q1 2023. So now I compiled what's supposed to come out on 2023. Mind you, this is 2023. We're in 2021. I'm sure there's going to be more announcements, or there's going to be more pre-orders and whatnot. But let's just take a look at this. So if you're not careful pre-ordering, like Danobi says, you are going to hit a storm. So everyone likes Yelena. Beautiful figure.
Yeah, she's great.
And you might not see her again, so you want to pre-order them. But Will's budget is only 3,600 per year on Hot Toys. I don't know if you guys have budget and whatnot, but okay, so you're hell
because I'm buying statues too. So yeah,
because you're buying statues, and maybe some other people, maybe they're not buying statues. Maybe they have family or school to pay off,
right.
or
right.
car.
Yeah, the school debt, college loans. Yeah.
So having a 36 disposable income is not bad. That's not a bad.
Especially if you're buying statues and stuff too. So I mean, if you're buying, that's just Hot Toys. We'll double it in terms of collectibles total.
Yeah.
Like for collectibles total, it's double. But for Hot Toys, it's half. Yeah.
For half toys, it's half. Or maybe, you maybe have another hobby. You're collecting, maybe you're fixing your car or something. Or cats. You're feeding your cats and they're really expensive. So you got a bunch of Hot Toys, but you don't know because you just pre-order stuff, right? You just keep on pre-ordering. They're gonna come in anyway. They're in 2 years, so you got ample enough time to pay them off. But what happens in 2023, right? So now it's 2021. You just hit them pre-order in 2023 now, and you didn't realize that you got a budget. You're trying to stick with your budget, and here we go. This is what's 2023. So on 2023 Q1, there's nothing Q4 here. This is Q1 and 2 supposedly. We got Luke Skywalker Deluxe Edition. Boba's gonna come out. You got Mandalorian and Grogu. This is like if I'm gonna buy this shit, right? Which I'm not, but I can imagine the people are saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get
I have most of these on pre-order.
Exactly.
I have Loki and Sylvie. Loki I do yet. Sylvie I will. Carnage I do. Not Mando. Don't
This
have
is
that Boba actually, but I do have Luke. So I have about half of these.
so you got half of these. So
Yeah.
this the only two that you might not get, right?
Yeah, I'm not getting the clean Boba and the throne. Yeah, I'm getting the weathered version.
Right.
Mando, dude, you know the only reason I want that Mando really is because if Joel comes out and we don't get a figure, I want to use that sculpt. Yeah.
Dude, you
That's
told
fine.
me.
Yeah, I know.
Now I really want it now. Now I'm
I
more
know.
mad.
Yep. Yep.
But imagine this. So you like Loki and Sylvie as well. Let's say you're a regular dude that you're not Will, but you're like, oh man, that Loki is the best head sculpt that I ever seen. Let me get that. You know what? Sylvie would look like next to Loki. All right,
Yeah.
you get all of these. Oh, Carnage. I bought Venom. So let me go get Carnage.
Mhm.
You pre-ordered all of these. You're now at 2023 Q1. Q1. All of these guys are 2150. All right, you got some headroom still. You know, you still got some headroom. You can still maneuver some stuff here and there because your budget is 3600, so you got 2150, but you already pre-ordered it, so you got NRD going on. You can cancel them, I suppose, because
you'll lose money.
Yeah, keep in
unless
mind
they're canceled, but unless they're delayed. Sorry,
dude. Keep in mind, guys, this is first half. They could announce any figure between now and next year for the second half of 2023, and that comes into this as well. So, because that's still technically 2023. So you're already at 2150 with 6 figures. 6.
And how many others are coming out in that time? I mean, yeah.
The one that was just announced, right? Like we don't even know. The one that's just announced for now. So 2150 for now. Oh, you forgot your other pre-orders? You have more.
Oh, there's more.
There's more, by the way, because you do like that. What's her name? What's her name? The girl. Ronda Rousey.
Yelena.
You like Yelena so much that.
Yeah.
So that's 2150. And oh, look at this. I like Shang-Chi too. Because it's an amazing movie. So I'm gonna get Shang-Chi. I'm gonna get Wenwu,
he's a must.
He's a must. You get Shang-Chi, you get Wenwu. Oh, shoot. Iron Man Mark 1 die-cast?
USB light up?
The USB light up, die-cast. I've been waiting for this forever. Must have. Not gonna pass on this. 455. You know what? Who buys Yelena without Black Widow? I gotta get this black. This is the best Black Widow ever,
Right.
I mean, I gotta get this, but
Macy's, quit trying to advertise on our show.
God damn it, Macy's,
for free
here. I gotta get Black Widow.
Right.
Oh, Cyborg. Shoot, I forgot about Cyborg. I pre-ordered that like 2 years ago. Just totally slipped my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, but hey, I gotta get him. Light up. This is everything that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, the first page was 2150. This is 1530. All of these guys. Oh, you're 3680 now. You don't even have tax and shipping yet. Now the question lies where, if you stick by that, and if let's say, like who was that? Emmanuel earlier, 2500.
Mm-hmm.
Where does Yelena go? Like something, and this is not picking up on Yelena. Like something has to give, people.
Right. Unless your budget is outrageous and you can buy everything.
Yeah, I mean, if this is 5,000, you got more leeway. But again, we're not. This is Q1 and Q2 of 2023. They could announce more figure later on, and I can bet you that would fill out 5,000.
How many Spider-Men are going to be announced in the next 2 months?
Exactly.
I mean, like, there's going to be like a gazillion different suits in that film. Maybe some of them are slated for 2022 because it's just a fucking Spider-Man with gold on it. It's like Hot Toys to be like, yeah, we'll put that out in a year. Like, that's how many people are going to pre-order those. So, Eternals, Boba Fett, Yeah. I mean, and Kenobi will come out eventually next year. And then we got Batman next year. We got Black Adam. Shazam will come out in 2023, but there's so much other stuff Marvel coming out too, man. Black Panther 2.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch and they're not even announced yet. This is just what's announced between now and, maybe like a couple of months ago. And I don't know, in Cyborg's case, a few months ago. But whenever we say, oh, I think I'll pass on this, not because we're knocking on the figure, this is just the reality. I mean, look at these guys. These are like 10 figures, 11 figures, 3680. I mean, at Illinois, there's 10% tax. So that's like almost 3,900 shipping. Yeah. We're looking at 4,200 here. So you're way over your budget, right? 4,200, because the 3,600 we calculated as 300 per figure because that's added, like Yelena 270 added, shipping and tax. But not factoring in that Mark 1 is 455. Not every figure is 300. That's like baseline,
Right.
like Cyborg is 315. Shang-Chi is obviously cheaper, but the people who was just like jumping on it right away, was like, oh man, it's a must have, like, Yelena. And then now we look like Debbie Downer or
Right.
Negative Nancy. I mean, this is just chart from 2021 on what's going to be released on 2023, 2 years from now.
Right. That's currently been announced.
Yeah.
What happens when they say, oh, a Heath Ledger Joker reissue or a remake?
Right.
And it drops in 2022 at the end, Q4. Like everyone's getting that.
Yeah.
It just, and like I said, if you're collecting statues or anything else too, J&D be like, oh, we're dropping a Bane tomorrow. And then everyone's going to be like, oh, okay, I want that. And you're paying $2,500 on that one. So I mean, the tough decisions have to be made for most collectors. Everyone's different though. Like if you have a budget and you just have a very significant budget and you can afford to buy everything and you really want it, then you should. Like it's totally in your prerogative and your right to do that. I'm just saying my point has always been that like I don't feel like most collectors have that luxury. Like, and I don't think we think about it enough in terms of like what the future looks like forecasting the future. That's why I think those Excel docs are so important.
Yeah.
Because I did that, dude. I literally sat down and put all my stuff in an Excel doc, my pre-orders, and I was like, I think I have a problem. So that's what happened legitimately. Like I put it in an Excel doc and I was like, I canceled like 5 or 6 pre-orders. Like Short Trooper was one of them. Ahsoka Clone Wars was one of them. Like, I mean, Captain America Sam Wilson, because I love that figure. It looks great, but like, I just don't feel like I need it. Like, so that was why, HasLab Rancor.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's the thing, like people are jump on, but if you like sit down and actually did what you did, which is you got this Excel sheet and you kind of like looked at it and I was like, yeah, I don't know about this, because if you just keep on pre-ordering because you like the figure and it speaks to me, what if every movie speaks to you? I mean, if you don't set a budget, you're gonna tap out. This is where this is where you're kind of afraid of the storm, as Denobi says, because if you don't control, like at this rate, right? So you should have this in mind. If it was me, so my budget is 3680. I'm looking at this chart right now. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm 2021 and I'm already at my budget here. So who am I gonna trim? Maybe Black Widow, because you never know if there's going to be new Star Wars coming in, or from
there absolutely will be
Batman. So you look at this, it's like, all right, I'm going to trim down Black Widow. That's 260. I mean, Mark 1 and Cyborg is non-negotiable for me. I'm going to get those. And then
Wenwu and Shang-Chi for me. Shang-Chi and Wenwu, I need them. Yeah.
Like these guys, like for me, I can easily trim this down, right? But what if you like Star Wars? Like for you already got something locked in. Like these guys are locked in for you.
Yeah, those 3. Yep. And Carnage. Yep, those 4.
Yeah, so these 4, and then Shang-Chi as well, right? This is locked up for you.
Yep. And Mark 1, I'm still iffy on. Cyborg is locked up for me. I don't think I'm getting. I don't have a Black Widow yet. I don't think I'm getting that one. I don't know.
Right. So let's say for this, if we calculate this, so let's see, 260 for Black Widow plus 455 plus. So you're not getting Boba, 390 plus 375. So you save around 1,200. It's not like a whole lot, but somewhere around the 1,200 range. So in hindsight, that's like what, 4 figures maybe that you can get at 300 an average. So this is first half of 2022, not counting the Batmans and what if they're amazing? I mean, Will, you love Dark Knight.
Dude, what if Disney Batman's going to be great.
That Joker, Heath Ledger Joker, I feel like we're going to actually have a Heath Ledger Riddler. I don't know about you, but I feel
that's
like
what the Riddler feels like. Yeah.
This feels like the Riddler. Like how we feel about that Joker. I think this is kind of how we feel about this Riddler. So if that happens, there's 2. So
yeah. And if he has a cool Riddler outfit or something, like, and then you got the new Batman suit with Pattinson, like seriously, it's gonna be and like you said, this is just the first half of 2022. So
and Charlie, I didn't even include Back to the Future here, because there's 2 Back to the Future that is slated for 2023 as well, the cowboy ones. And I don't know what you call, I just call them cowboys.
Back to the Future. Cowboy Marty.
Yeah, but if you don't keep an eye on these guys, I mean, you are really going to exceed your budget. And then once you do, you're going to start like canceling stuff, or isn't it better just to trim it right off the bat than buy it and hopefully you can sell it down the line?
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're
Do
gonna
you do
lose
that,
money
Will?
most likely. Yeah.
Have you done that at all? Like, I know you bought like Mark 47.
Yeah, but the thing with that one was like I paid 250 shipped for it. That's why I bought it really, because I never really wanted the Mark 47. But again, I think that's a good lesson for at least myself, and if other people take that, that's great to learn. It's because I bought Mark 45 because the dude listed it for a ridiculous price. It was the homecoming version, not the reissue. So still
Mhm.
homecoming, but not the reissued version, in other words. So it was like 250 shipped, and I was like, all right, dude, I'll take it. And it came, I really liked it when I first got it. But then I had it on my shelf and I was like, do I really like the Mark 47 that much? Like, I think I sold it for 275. I got my money back.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I made a profit. I sold it basically for cost of what I paid in shipping and all that. So I might have even lost a little bit. Who knows? But like, it's exactly, that's my point. I feel like you just, you really have to get figures, I think, that you really love, and you have to be careful because for most collectors who are on a budget and you don't want to go overboard, I feel like we always preach balance. Collecting is amazing, but there's also a lot of other things in life that are also amazing. So, and a lot of other things that cost money. So it's just, yeah. And like, I feel like you can easily get in over your head. Like, I've done it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've canceled shit. So, I mean, I know. So that's just my, yeah.
John is like, who's anyone kidding? There's no control in this hobby. It could be
There
that way,
should be,
John.
though.
Yeah, it could be. Like if you're really, the thing is, no one looks at it. Like that's just what the Nobi was saying. Was like, oh, the storm is here because everyone just keep on hitting pre-order, and then when it all come at the same time, because it's. I can imagine it's hard to. Will, do you do payment plans?
I do. Yeah, I'm huge on them, and that's one counter argument you can make. Like, oh well, you could do a payment plan and pay it off early. I'm like, yeah, you could, but I don't think most people do that.
Yeah, so
I do.
I guess that's where your monthly gets in, because if you have a payment plan and you're thinking, I was like, all right, I'm paying $300 a month, for like 3 figures. I don't know how many figures 300 a month is, because they don't take 100 per figure, right? Like they take like what, 50?
Yeah, it depends on. Usually you'll have like, it depends how much the figure costs, because they'll give you a number of payments based on how much it costs. So if you're doing Sideshow or something like Loki, you might have like 5 payments. You might have like $50, $60 payments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So that's pretty normal.
Need to balance my budget like the Avatar.
Yeah, bro. Be like Aang. Be like Aang. Did you ever watch that show?
Which one?
Avatar: Last Airbender on
No.
Nickelodeon. It's really it's on Nickelodeon, but it was really good. I think it only went for 3 seasons. It was actually surprisingly great. So it's really good. They're making a Netflix like live action version. You remember they made the M. Night Shyamalan version? It was awful.
Yeah.
But the animated version is actually really good. I would recommend it can be a little kiddie at times, but it's way better than Clone Wars. It's really good.
Yeah.
At least first season of Clone Wars. Don't hate me, guys. I'm sorry.
I've never seen that either. John says, double-edged sword. People either pre-order everything or those that wait, but when it's released based on the hype release. Is there like a risk now of not pre-ordering?
A very minimal one, I feel like, unless it's a statue. If it's a statue, then yes, with a limited edition, I'd say yes. If you really want it, you should pre-order it. But you got to be sure, because the NRD on those Prime ones and stuff like that is no joke. So it's 10%. Right. You're paying, if it's a $2,000 statue or $1,200, you're paying $120, right? So it's no joke. But for like regular Hot Toys figures, I'm not sure there is. I mean, very rarely does a figure sell out on pre-order. Very rarely. Only if it's like not a high batch number, because no one wanted it.
Right. Like,
not sought after.
And plus, if you didn't, if you're like, I think you can kind of gauge it by now. Like that Lando, kind of like we're kind of gauging it that it might be a low volume, so you might want to pre-order it. Plus, it's $235. If you really want Lando, I mean. But yeah, because the thing is, if you don't pre-order, for example, if you don't pre-order and then you kind of like the figure, kind of like we're talking about Yelena earlier, you might have a situation where you might get a Captain Marvel discount or a Rescue discount.
Exactly.
Those the people who pre-order Rescue, they're not even available on Sideshow right now, but Emmanuel right here can attest again. We got it for a pretty good price.
That's true.
So Smart Hulk, Brothor, those things I pre-ordered Brothor, I canceled it. I felt like, it's like, I don't know. I feel like this is gonna linger around. And those things, I feel like even if they don't, let's say it got sold out, which I highly doubt, I think I'll be fine without Bro Thor. But not every figure is the same. I guess that's what I'm trying to.
Infinity War Thor is the best one to me. Road Worn Thor is pretty good too. Road
Yeah.
Worn Thor. I wish I had that one, but I wasn't collecting at the time, I don't think. So, or maybe I just didn't pay attention to Road Worn Thor. I don't know. But I do want Infinity War Thor is one I would personally never sell because that's my Thor. That's the Thor I just love. So it's just incredible.
Oh, Doc says here, what was that? Doc
What did
says
Doc
something.
say?
So much for using your collection to fund your collection. Doc, I don't know if that's even applicable now. Because is there any, well, I guess if you're Star Wars and you wait for it to ripe, kind of like um Commander Cody. I mean, he didn't sell for really that high, but
yeah. But my retort to this would be, yes, this is a good policy to live by, but at the same time, how many people actually do this? It's because if our point of using your collection to fund your collection is selling stuff you don't love anymore.
right.
Like if you still love something, then you're not going to sell it because you love it and you don't really want to sell it unless the price is ridiculous. Like Darkseid Anakin I sold because I got 3 times what I paid for it. Like that's the reason I sold it. And I know they're going to make another Anakin. They just announced he's going to be in Ahsoka today. So that's my point. But using your collection to fund your collection, how many people don't sell things?
That sounds like Tim Cent.
Exactly. But it's a good point, Doc. It really is. But it's just, I think using your collection is like selling things you don't love. If you like are so on it, so not so toys, but just so on the figure itself, then you should sell it and use your collection to fund your collection. But otherwise, you're not like. And also, how many figures do you want to keep? Like like a never-ending wheel every year. Like you're buying something, you're having it for a year, then you're selling it, then you're buying something, then you're selling it, and move on to the next one. I don't really buy stuff to sell it. I buy stuff for the long haul. So I don't buy things to get it and then buy the next one and sell the previous one. I don't like doing that. I don't like creating unnecessary transactions. I don't like selling stuff because there's always risk.
Yeah.
There's always risk like something's going to break or the person's going to be a scam artist or a hack or whatever. And like you always, it's not fun really. Like you don't want to sell stuff unless you just like have no choice. You're always rolling the dice a little bit.
Or if it's really like that Anakin Skywalker, do you have Darkseid or Light?
It was Darkseid, yeah. I sold it for I think like $760 or something.
Yeah, I mean, unless you marinated that for like about 2 years, like you
I marinated for a long time.
For a long time, you know.
Yeah.
So, because if you get something, for example, Cody, and I'm using this as an example because I feel like figures now have a short span, and it's really dangerous if you don't let them go at the right time. If you hold on for too long, because they might reissue it, or B, you might get the Clone Wars Cody or something like that.
Right.
Like with the Darth Maul. I mean, we all thought that DX16 or 16 or 17 is gonna be hot, and then all of a sudden they created that Maul from Solo movie who appeared for like 5 seconds.
Right.
So,
which I have both of them. So
yeah, so you're gonna be like, oh. Okay, so not that it would kill any, not that your figure is irrelevant now. No, but I'm saying now that whenever there's an option, the value goes down, regardless if you want to admit it or not. Whenever there's an option, like back then I was talking about that Hawkeye, when Hawkeye was the first Hawkeye from Avengers, it was a low run, selling for $500. The moment Age of Ultron arrives, they're not the same Hawkeye, value tanked because now there's
the
Hawkeye.
only one that has been the opposite of that is Hulk. Because Hulk, Avengers, and Age of Ultron have retained their value pretty well because they made a Gladiator Hulk, which was very different. And they also made Professor Hulk, which people don't like.
Yeah.
So that's where those two have retained their value. And also, but here's the flip side of that. Like Avengers Loki was really hot. And then look what they did. They made another one. A better one. So, and now that one is very cheap. So because the other one, the new one is going to be much better. Better tailoring, better sculpt, everything. Yeah. So it's just that's gonna that's why I'm not paying $600 for a Hawk. Like I'm just not doing it. Like I'll wait and I'll know that they're gonna make another one.
That's 2012 from Endgame.
They could very easily go back and make a reissue of the Avengers Hawk. They could call it an Endgame Hawk.
Right.
Yeah.
So the idea of renting a figure by buying it and selling it later on, the profit's not going to be there. I mean, you could certainly do that, but I would say most of the time you'll lose money. I've been selling hot toys left and right here in OfferUp because that's what I normally use. It's cash and somebody up. The one that sells mostly are the older ones, the one that's trying to the completionist and whatnot. But I can't sell for the life of me. For example, Mando, even the Dura Steel Mando, I can't sell it, for something that I bought it for, and I'm just trying to get
Not
my money
anymore.
back. Yeah,
Not anymore. You're selling it below retail.
yeah, you're gonna sell it below retail, and yes, you might just hit $20 or $30 below retail, and you might be like, oh, no big deal. You do that often, you'll feel it.
Right.
You'll
That's
start
a
feeling.
figure if you do it 5 times or, or 10 times rather. But like, yeah, I mean, it's not nothing for sure. I mean, that's a deposit for another figure.
Yeah. Ivan here says real vintage Star Wars figures are more valuable than Hot Toys. Do you agree?
I don't really know much about vintage figure. What do you mean?
I guess
Like
the
the
one
Kenner
that's
stuff or what?
maybe the one that's on Mario's wall. I think that's.
Yeah, those might be because those I guess aren't reissued. Is that
I
true?
guess, yeah. I
I don't
think
know much. Mario would be the person to ask on that one.
yeah. I would say so because not only that, because your capital is so low that if you sell it for $100, you made like I don't know, 10 folds. Like
Right.
how many times did you do that on Hot Toys? Really, even the highest selling Hot Toys was the Mark 47. You bought it for almost $400. It was selling for 1,500. So you only
Right.
made what, like 3 times what it's worth. But if you bought something for $10 and you sell it for 100, that's 10 times of what it's worth. So it's
Right.
hard to do that, I would say, on Hot Toys. Plus the rate that we're going on now, it's like look at this best Armando. Look at this guy. It
I
kind of
know, man.
rendered Armando pointless.
Obsolete.
Yeah. And if this
Yeah.
Boba right here, it might look like the ultimate Boba now, up until they show the show, and we got the show going
And he
on.
wears another suit
Yeah,
that people like more. There's always the risk though too. I mean, there's always the flip side of that the first suit or the original suit is better. That definitely happens. Like Avengers 1 Loki. I always come back to that. Like Dark World Loki was good, but it wasn't as good as Avengers 1.
yeah,
So it just wasn't. So but then what happened? They made another Loki from Endgame. So
right,
not saying that's always gonna happen, but at the same time, like if you really like the figure, I'd say buy it. Like if you love that look of the character, don't say, well, I kind of want to wait for the next one. Like if you love it, you should get it.
right.
But if you don't love it and you're just kind of so on it, then I'd say wait, because, unless you feel like you're going to regret it. If you're like if you're like feeling pretty positive about it, I'd say get it.
Okay, let me ask you, Will, because I know these four guys are definite for you. This two, no question, right?
Yeah, I'm getting them. Yeah.
This one you kind of want to get, but you have the best guy, so I
I
understand. I
I
understand
can't
why
do it
you
on principle. Like I
right.
don't want to buy it on principle, I feel like.
So
Yeah.
this one you won't get.
No.
Any particular reason why?
Because I already have Empire Boba and I'm getting the weathered Boba from Mando, the 2-pack.
Okay,
I don't need how many Bobas do I need?
right. Okay.
Like I don't even like the clean look that much. I like the weathered look a lot more.
So this two you're definitely getting.
Oh hell yeah.
Is it because I'm just trying to get into your mind here, like which one? Because outside of Loki, Kylo and Pennywise, it's kind of we kind of trying to get into your psyche here and which one to get and which one you don't get. Is it because the movies, the character, the
It's
figure?
both, dude. Well, really, all three. Yeah, dude. Did you get to see Shang-Chi yet?
I have not. No.
Oh my god, dude. Wait till it's gonna drop on Disney Plus in another couple weeks, I think.
Mhm.
Dude, the movie is absolutely incredible. Like I was not expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be good, but it's like really great. It's like really, really good. I loved both of these characters. Shang-Chi and Wenwu were both incredible. I love them. They're badass. They had great performances. Those I rushed home from the theater to pre-order. I know they're coming out for 2 years, but I was like, I got to get home and pre-order these because I'm so excited to get them.
Wow.
Like they've become some of my favorite characters for sure. They're not like Loki territory yet, but at the same time, like they're among my favorites. Like they're both. Every character in that film is great. There's another character who I think I wish they would make her actually, but they haven't. So, who I won't spoil, but Mark 1 is another one. I know you're getting it, but Mark 1 is not my favorite suit.
Armor.
Like I like it, but it's the cave armor. Like it has significance for its prominence in the MCU and what it meant, but it's not my favorite look. It's very bare bones, but that's the point.
How about her? You don't have any Black Widows.
I don't. Yeah. And it's funny, you know what I did? I had Endgame Black Widow on pre-order at one point with a 20% deposit, and I lost it because I canceled it.
Any reason why? Is it the price, the look, the figure
I think
itself?
it was just the look. And like that Endgame Black Widow, I thought her head looked too big for her suit and her body. Like I think it's because the body was all slim, but the head was like normal size and it just looked a little bit off. I don't know if everyone feels the same as me, but I love this Black Widow, but I like Black Widow a lot as a character, but I don't feel like I need Black Widow. You know, like I like, and the figure speaks to me. This is my favorite Black Widow suit, though. I will say, so if I'm gonna get a Black Widow, it's gonna be this one.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely my favorite suit, the one I was waiting for all along. So this could be one I end up getting later, honestly, once I see the final product. Because I only feel like I need maybe one Black Widow,
Right.
and this would be the one. So this is the ultimate Black Widow. I mean, really, and her hair looks like spaghetti or something. So
It does.
a little bit, but the sculpt is still great, no doubt about it. But just something about it's better than the rooted hair, though. But are you getting any of these figures on this list?
Well, I for sure this too.
Cyborg and Mark One.
Cyborg and Mark One.
I think once you see Shang-Chi, you're gonna get.
I think I will, because not only that, I mean they're amazing looking figure even without seeing the movie. And look at the price.
Yep.
250, and this is 260, and Yelena's 270. There's
Right.
something wrong here. So
Shang-Chi comes with more, I feel like. And energy effects and all that stuff. Yeah.
Doc says, I don't appreciate you guys posting such large number in my face.
Well,
It was
Doc ran and hid from the zombies and let us die. So
That's true. So Doc
Payback.
likes to pretend nothing is happening around him. So that is
so optical. Are you gonna get? You're not getting Loki and Sylvie?
most likely not.
Yeah, that's
Most
fair.
likely.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are gonna be in the same boat.
I think I'm gonna get the end game for sure, because I have a
Hell yeah.
Ragnarok Loki, which I'm trying to unload for the longest time. But no one's really budging, but we'll see. But before we end this, because guys, we're gonna play what are we gonna play?
I don't know. Back for Blood or Call of Duty. I don't know.
Okay, depending if we can get two. If we can get one more, Doc, are you up? We can do Call of Duty or Back for Blood.
Yeah, either way.
But before we do that, we're not gonna skip Love Like or Pass here. And this is for the upcoming. I feel like I don't know. I don't have any source, guys. I don't have any source, but I feel like they should come out soon.
This is the best segment, dude. It really is.
I feel like they are coming out with figures left and right. So I feel like these guys are overdue, but I could be wrong.
I'm nervous now.
Here, this is yours.
We're all getting this. Everybody's getting this.
Everybody's getting this. I kind of knew you're gonna love this. I'm not gonna put Pennywise, just to let you know.
This is don't give me a softball question.
Yeah.
This is a love. This is one of my most anticipated. Hot Toys is taking their time because I think they really want to get this one right. I think they want to get the battle damage. They want to get the sculpt right. They can't disappoint them. This is I've said from the beginning. I think this is the pass. Cuervo, no chance, bro. You're lying. No chance, Simon. You're lying too.
Oh, like Simon too.
But I think this is the most pressure to get a figure right Hot Toys has ever experienced. This figure is. I mean, I honestly think if you're looking at any Hot Toys figure and you would think of just one, it would probably be this one.
It'll probably be this, yeah.
Because Iron Man has always been their cash cow. He's the face of the MCU. This is the Iron Man in the most climactic moment in his whole history in the MCU.
Yeah.
Like this is the Iron Man, I feel like.
I agree. This is an instant love for me.
And it's $446. That's not cheap.
That's not.
He's pretty expensive, but I almost feel like the price on Iron Man was like people just didn't care. They were like, it's Iron Man battle damage. Yeah.
The last version. So
yeah.
How about this?
This is a pass.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, overall, I like the look of the figure, but I don't feel like this is my least favorite Cap suit. I'm interested to see how you feel about it.
It is. But I kind of like, like I said it before, like any Endgame figure I would probably get, because I just love Endgame and Infinity. I feel like they're one movie, Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah, right.
I feel like I want to end my Marvel collecting there. Maybe Shang-Chi a couple, but like as far as team build up, I think I'll end it there. But
the one thing I would want optical is the scepter in the case. I do kind of want that.
This one looks good.
Yeah.
You can probably get this at Toy Anxiety or something.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do, because I think that'd be cool with a Loki display, like to put it in that. Yeah.
Man, look at these. We got a tough crowd.
Simon's tough, bro.
Man, Bob's pass on America's. George's pass, and we are the negative ones. My goodness, if they listen to this crowd.
It's funny. This is probably going to be like an Infinity War Captain America, where people just don't really care.
Just don't really care about this.
Because Endgame Cap is just, everyone wants that.
That is the cap.
Right.
This is like maybe a good secondary cap. Maybe.
If you want to recreate Avengers 1, he's perfect.
Yeah.
But,
oh my God. Even Isaac is SVU prototype is passed.
Oh, I love that Revan
passing. God. Tough.
Yeah. See, that's a good one though. Optical Captain America. At what price would you bite? Like that's one. What is he now? 250?
I think 230, 250 maybe. Yeah.
Maybe 200.
Wow, you buying Yelena for 215 and you're buying Cap for 200.
All right, 215. We'll make it even. I'd buy that if all prices were considered. I'd buy that Cap over Yelena.
Okay.
Would
Well,
you?
how about this? I will. Oh, definitely. I'm thinking of that Cap to begin with anyway.
Yeah. So chat, let us know. Chat, would you buy same price, all things considered, Yelena or that 2012 Cap? I want to hear what people say.
That's it. Hey, keep in mind, chat. Cap has 2 head sculpts.
Yeah.
2 with a scepter and a shield. So just putting it out there.
This one's tough optical. I like this, but I don't like the movie at all. Like, I don't like the movie. I don't know how you feel about it. I did not like. I thought it was really not good.
It's not good. Like, I have no desire to get that. Okay, most people are 2012 Cap, man.
That's the figure looks great, man. Yeah, 2012 Cap. Is that what they're saying?
Oh, Asax says Yelena because I already have Endgame Cap.
Everyone's saying 2012 Cap. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, there's Isaac saying Yelena. That's fair. That's fair. Ooh, Nicoleo's getting Yelena.
This figure is really confusing the heck out of me. Because I know she's out there. Hot Toys even made like a teaser of some sort. Mm-hmm. So I have a feeling it's almost there. It's a beautiful looking figure. Like I know you passed on the JND. I mean, I don't blame you. That's 2,500. But this is kind of like mini, as close as to JND as you would get head sculpt wise in a miniature version. It's $300, so it's not outrageous. In a grand scheme of things, she's only $30 more than Yelena. she's rooted hair, with wings in gold, so she would definitely pop. But like you said, the movie is atrocious.
Yeah, this is like the hardest figure I've ever had to decide on. I feel like.
Have you pre-ordered this at all?
No, I have not. Because the figure, you're right. The figure, just talking about the figure looks incredible. It really does. I don't think I would get the deluxe for me personally.
Me too.
Because I don't need
where to put that wings.
I don't need the spread out wings. It's going to take up a ton of space. Yeah. Like I don't need that. I think you could put the regular wings on her and it would be fine, or just not put the wings on her at all. Maybe. You could take them off, right? Jesus I'm popping or pooping because those are two very different things. So I like this. What about you?
I like it. I don't love it because of the movie. I like it. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna pass because I have this thing in mind where, so I have the Justice League Wonder Woman. I feel like I can take that head sculpt out, put that here, and put the helmet on, so I can cover her face and use this. I know she doesn't have the tiara, and use this on my Wonder Woman Justice League. And maybe hopefully down the line they'll sell like a clip-on tiara or something, because this head sculpt is just perfection.
It is, dude. At the same time, that rooted hair might be a nightmare,
especially if you put that helmet on.
It's gonna frizz the shit out of it. Yeah,
I can't believe they didn't put a second head sculpt with already helmet on, because once you put in that helmet on, you just ruin the hair.
That's why, and I've said that too with like Avengers Loki. Like, if you're gonna put the helmet on him, I would not advise like removing it a lot.
Yeah,
you're gonna scratch the paint. So it's the same kind of deal. Yeah, with this figure, with the rooted hair, it's gonna be And Alvin J is right. She used the suit. It literally got destroyed in like half a second. Yeah.
Hey man, they did that with a DX figure, and it's Darth Maul, and but this face is just.
That's true. That's a good point with Darth Maul. I have that figure. It's actually really good.
It's really good, and look at this. This is really good too. The movie sucks, in my opinion. But I'm not buying this for the movie. I'm sure it'll remind me of the movie, but
I think I'm gonna pass. What about you? I mean, I like it, but I don't think I want to drop 300 on it. It looks amazing, but I don't have enough an emotional connection to it.
This is like next year, and honestly, I have nothing for next year. I looked at my pre-order list.
Oh, really?
I only have Cable that I pre-ordered, and everything else up in the air. So I was just like, all right, I'm probably gonna get Cap, Cable, maybe this, and maybe. But that's the thing. If you don't mind your list, you can easily go overboard, So, because this is like $300. But I don't know. The crowd seems not undecided about this as well. So Purple says, "Will, I'm 100% with you. This is such a
it's very difficult because the figure looks great, but the movie's not great.
It's not great. Yeah." Gonna wait for a record. It won't sell out right away. Yeah, because keep in mind, there's 2 SKUs for this one. You got the deluxe and this. So there's a possibility that one is not going to sell as much and might go down. It might be the deluxe. So if we can get the deluxe, for example, for the same price as this, that might tip me over the edge to the even though I have no plans on displaying that wings.
Yeah.
You know, maybe,
If you have the space, go for it. But yeah, it's
yeah,
a
I don't
space
know.
killer for sure. This is a like. This is a like.
This is a like, yeah, not gonna hard pass yet, but this is a like. This is yeah.
This is a
I
softball
feel like it's
question.
gonna I feel like it's gonna come out soon. But
I think, dude, you see that Japan thing they
yeah,
showed?
I saw
Dude,
that
this
like on Geeking Out, and I was like, okay, I'm sure this is gonna come
I
out.
asked Justin and I was like, if it comes out in Japan first, do I still get my first batch order from Toys Wonderland? Because I bought from them. And he was like, no, they're in Hong Kong. I'm like, then what the fuck is first batch then? I was like, if it's not first batch, it's like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, I was like, I don't care if they're in Japan. Get it done. Get it done.
Dude, as an avid Loki fan,
Mm,
because I've heard a lot that the first one they got the sculpt better, with the nose and the kind of like the look.
yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
Or
I do. The first, dude, I would never sell my first one though. The first one is still great, but it looks dated. It looks a little dated. But he's still top shelf. He's like right in a prime spot in my collection on the top shelf. Like he is. This is. I mean, I still think right now figures I own. I still think Avengers Loki is my favorite figure I have.
even up to now?
Yep, even up to now. I get
Uh,
he's not the best because he looks a little more dated, but he's just my favorite. Like I love that figure, dude. Look at the back of the figure too with the cape and everything. Oh my god, this figure like, and I actually am getting two as of now. Like I'm
I
getting one first batch, and I'm getting one from Comic Concepts too.
I like I don't know. I feel like he looks better with the helmet on because without one, I feel like it's not as
It's good.
it's good.
I like it actually a little bit more than the new sculpt, which I know I'm in the minority on that one, but
You like this better?
I like that sculpt better than the
Oh, then the
TVA Loki.
TVA.
But I think that maybe it's just a little bit of rose tinted glasses, just because I love this look the most. Maybe it's that.
It could be. It could be. But
I
I'm
kind of want to.
surprised because
Yeah.
they're both Lokis. I know you don't care about what look he does have as long as he's Loki.
But this Loki, I do care about the look to a degree because this Loki is the prime look to me.
This is the Loki.
And this is like the character I have by far, and this look the most emotional. Like I've always said, like Avengers 1 is what made me a big nerd, an Avenger and a Marvel fan. Like when I saw Avengers 1 in theaters, I actually had not seen any of the prior MCU movies.
Mhm.
So when I saw this, I just fell in love with Loki, and I was like, I saw Avengers like 4 times in the theaters. I fell in love with it. And like that's why this figure has such a special place in my heart, and like and this look. So I'm getting two just because I didn't plan on it. It just ended up working out that way. But
Dude, the hair on the back.
yeah, look at the hair in the back. Like seriously, this figure is absolutely beautiful. Like
Dude, I think they've mastered this layering hair, especially on Loki. Because I like the fact that they're kind of layered.
one thing obstacle, I think people talked about this. Remember they were saying using the new head sculpt on this one.
Yeah.
Maybe, but the only thing I would say is you probably aren't going to be able to use it with the helmet because look how the hair kind of folds down so the helmet can go over it. But if you
slims down on the top,
exactly, but if you put the new one on there, it flips out. So like it's not going to fit probably. So you could put him on without the helmet and that might work.
I don't remember. Does he have all the accessories from the old one?
Yeah, they're a little bit different, but the knives he has both scepters. I don't think the original came with a Tesseract, actually.
I don't think the original has a shackles, no?
Come to think of it, I think it did. I think it did.
From,
I think it did. Yeah.
The second Loki, no? Where
he has that one too, but I think the original Avengers one did, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. I don't think I'm going to display him with that because you're going to mess up the face paint, I feel like. So,
with this one?
Yeah, if you put the shackles on him, if you put him on there, I think you should probably never take it off.
Yeah.
I'm just worried. I don't think many people are going to display him that way unless you're like going for like a diorama look with all the Avengers and you're going to put Loki in shackles. But short of that, I think I'm just going to display him with the helmeted version and then take the helmet off and put another version in my collection.
Yeah, Bob says this is the one with the Tesseract. The original did have the mouth cover and shackles. Okay, maybe they do have the shackles.
I want to see. Yeah, everyone's saying love. Cuero said, "Why are you getting two to keep one in the box?" No, I'm going to display both. I don't keep figures in the box. Yeah, I don't believe in that personally. But to each their own. I just don't do it.
How about this?
Love.
Oh, you pre-ordered it?
I already pre-ordered it. Yeah.
Nice.
Did you?
You have the Deadpool too, no?
See, I sold it. I sold it a while back because I was trying to recoup some of my costs when I had like a lot of pre-orders hitting me at once. So I'm probably going to get it back or just wait for the Deadpool 3.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going to make a Deadpool 3 and the suit's going to be minorly different. So, and if not, I'll go back and get Deadpool 2, but I'm getting this cable. Yeah, for sure. It's a beautiful figure.
It is like, even I like the movie, it's not movie of the year for me, but
no, but it's good.
Yeah, I mean, light up eyes. So that's a gimmick. Look at this torso. I mean,
Yeah, bro, it's sick. And look at the arm. Look at the wires in the arm.
look at this. Like all the details in here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this
And the
is
sculpt is dead
270.
on. Yep. He's the same price as Yelena.
Hey, we're going back to Yelena, but it is true. Like
So if people are looking at this and they have to choose, who do you think they're getting? You think they're getting Cable or you think they're getting Yelena? That's my
right.
point. Like Yelena's great, but Cable's better.
And this is where the price matters, right? Because if Yelena was $200, maybe we'd have a discussion because she's $70 less. So if I make you choose, like, would you get Cable or Yelena? It could be like, oh, that's a tough one. But at
Right.
270, it's an easy decision. It's like, I'd get Cable.
Yeah.
Let's say you don't have any personal affiliations with either, but you're saving $70 on one. Maybe that would play a factor on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the same amount, I mean, I know I get it. She has guns, but look at this guy.
Yeah. It's Nicolio said Yelena easy. Actually, that's interesting. Hey, there's definitely there's people out there who feel the same.
Yeah, I guess,
So, but for me, I just think Cable has way more presence. I think he's a better figure, but to each their own. Like if you love Yelena more, then absolutely.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Corbin says honestly, I get Yelena because I have more
you go.
for her than Cable. Yeah, I guess that's
Hey, there's a population out
Yeah,
there.
that's what I said earlier. Like if your affiliation, if you let's say you like both of them, kind of like, hey, yeah, kind of like because you'll be like, you can feel that way, on different characters. But if you like
Yeah.
Yelena more, obviously, like you like Loki more, I can put anyone there and you'd pick Loki.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know
sure.
if Cuervo's the same way with Yelena, but if they're equally, if you equally don't care about them, for example, and you just have 270 to burn, so
Bob Dylan makes a great point. She's more expensive than Black Widow.
that is true. That is true.
And Taskmaster, which a lot of people I know didn't love, but I'm getting that Taskmaster. I love the look, and I still like the character a lot.
Yeah, I think that Taskmaster is kind of like in the Cable category, where he has, or she has, spoiler alert,
Right.
this kind of like armored look, kind of like
It's real cool looking. It's a very cool looking figure. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Even if you didn't like the movie, she still looks cool.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, a presence there, kind of like a trooper of some sort.
And she had some badass fight scenes. Seriously,
she does. This guy reminds me of well, look at that. There's a bear here. Different hands, and this should not be a special edition. This should come with every Cable. Just saying, he used this quite often. This is like a special edition. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
I think I might have got the regular edition, so I don't think I'll have the shield, but I didn't feel like I needed it.
Yeah.
Like I think I got it from Alter Ego actually, because Sideshow I think had the only exclusive version. And I wanted to save a little bit of money. And I was like, do I really need that shield?
This might be like cardboard box anyway.
Right.
Or one of those plastic things from Home Suit Spider-Man. So
like if I have the guns and I have just Cable, I'm gonna be happy.
There you go, 6-pack of beer.
And look at that base, dude. Look at the base. That's sick.
Dude. I mean, I'm so glad I kept my Cable, and I have the third party Colossus. Is that Colossus? Yeah.
Oh, do you? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so
yeah, this figure's a win.
George says Cable over Yelena 1,000 times because of the character, and Lasso the figure is 100 times better, but will be a pass because I have to show him alone.
Okay. Oh, because he doesn't have a Deadpool, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be like Iron Man shield from Nanotech, maybe. Yeah. I will get Yelena when it's an offer.
When it's on offer. Yeah, there you go.
I guess, like on a vacuum, like without any affiliation, just eye test, like Cable would pop out more, without any.
If you brought a non-collector to your home and you had Yelena and you had Cable, I think they would absolutely flock to Cable.
Is she a new body, Will?
I don't know. It's Ronda Rousey, right? Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But she is $10 more than Black Widow, which is interesting.
Interesting. Maybe she's bigger. I don't know. Maybe she is.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Put him fighting Thanos.
That would be sick.
Cable looks great, but I really want a Domino maybe for
DP. That could happen for Deadpool 3.
I mean, we didn't know this Cable was gonna come out like 3 years later. When they announced when the movie it was such out of the blue. Like that doesn't even make sense. Talking about like I said it on my preview that Yelena is kind of like not relevant because it's been a while. Talking about not relevant, this guy.
He's really slid under the radar. But dude, can you imagine Cable in the MCU? It's gonna be awesome.
It'll be nice.
It's gonna be cool. Deadpool and a Cable in the MCU. I can't wait to see it,
dude. But yeah, that's all I have right now. So Guys, thank you for joining us. Will, anything coming up with you soon?
Dude, the streams are always on Sunday, so Collectors Mingle. So that's going to be happening. And then I'm reviewing No Time to Die and The Last Duel. I've been writing those, so those are be done probably even maybe the next couple days to a week. I don't know. Like I've been, there's so much going on. But yeah, like I'm going to have those done soon, so be on the lookout for those. And then whenever that goddamn Loki helmet arrives, we can actually do an unboxing. But dude, I called DHL today, so they put in an inquiry to customs. Guys, my Loki helmet has been on hold with customs for almost 3 weeks now.
That is
It's
crazy.
been like it was on hold the 16th of October. Today's what, the 22nd? So we're like 2.5 weeks basically.
You gotta wear it on a stream. Can you wear it or no?
You can, but it's kind of heavy. So I don't know. I don't want to break it. I don't want it to like fall apart. But I don't. And dude, Sauron from Prime 1 is about to ship. They sent me a notification saying like he's preparing for shipment now.
Dude, I can't wait for that.
Dude, it's gonna come by boat though, so it could take a while. But
I don't even know where you're gonna put it, but I'm interested to see.
I think I have a table downstairs he's gonna go on. So yeah, he'll be fine. But yeah, dude, we're gonna do a live unboxing for that one. But he's massive.
I can't wait for that, man.
I'll break my table.
I like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I'll probably break your table and
Yeah,
break
bro.
$1,000.
He's 65 pounds or something like that. So
Jesus Christ, it's heavier than like 3 kids combined.
I know. Yeah, man. So yeah,
yeah.
if you're free Sunday, let me know because the stream.
Yeah,
so.
definitely. Yeah, no, I'm free as long as the Bears are not playing at night. Even if they're playing Tampa Bay, so we're gonna lose anyway. So
Bro, my fantasy team 2-4. I'm suffering. I'm
well,
suffering.
third place. So you're welcome, guys. You just need some tips on fantasy football, let me know. And
there we go
on Sundays. But thank you for joining us, guys. So if you want, just hop onto Will's channel. Will, let's do like an hour maybe.
What for? We forget. Oh yeah. I don't even know. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do
that. Yeah,
we gotta figure out what we're gonna play.
Channel. And thanks you again for joining us, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah.